Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Tiwa who had been sick all her life. Her mother died shortly after giving birth to her, leaving her in the care of her father and his wicked family. Right from when Tiwa was a child, her father and his entire family neglected her and treated her like a burden. They called her a vegetable and ridiculed her at every given opportunity. A few years after her mother's death, Tiwa's father got married to a very beautiful woman whose name was Morenike. Morenike was extremely beautiful, but had a very dark heart. For years she used Tiwa as a slave in her own father's house, even in her times of sickness. She made Tiwa sleep in a small dark corner of the house, far away from the rest of the family. While her half-siblings enjoyed lavish meals, Tiwa was given their leftover food to eat. Morenike would always look at Tiwa with disdain and say to her, "You are nothing but a curse to this family. Why don't you just disappear?" Her words pierced the deepest part of Tiwa's heart, and she considered ending it all on many occasions. However, Tiwa kept going, hoping that one day she would receive the miracle she had craved. Her endless sickness made life unbearable for her, as not only was she constantly in pain, but her entire family despised her and treated her like an abomination. One fateful day many years later, Tiwa was fetching water from the village stream when she stumbled upon a woman sitting by the riverbank. The woman had a kind face and a warm smile, which immediately put Tiwa at ease. "Why do you look so sad, my dear?" the old woman asked Tiwa, who burst into tears. Tiwa poured out her heart to the strange woman, telling her about the cruelty she faced at home and her constant illness, which seemed never to go away. The strange woman listened to Tiwa and told her not to worry because she had a very bright destiny ahead of her. She looked Tiwa in the eyes and gave her a special necklace to wear around her neck, saying that the necklace would protect her and fill her with strength. However, the woman warned Tiwa never to wear the necklace at night, and Tiwa, trusting her completely, wore the necklace around her neck. She was so grateful to the strange woman as she thanked her and returned home. From that day, Tiwa noticed that she had begun to feel a whole lot better. Her health had now improved and Tiwa was filled with extraordinary strength, a strength that she never knew possible. The entire village was amazed at her transformation as Tiwa began to look extremely good. Her sickness disappeared and Tiwa lived a normal life in the village, the kind of life that she had prayed for all these years. Her family too was shocked to see how strong Tiwa had suddenly become. She was no longer the frail-looking and sick girl that they had always known, and they wondered how this was possible. One morning, Tiwa woke up to the shock of her life. Her special necklace was no longer on her table, and Tiwa searched the whole place for it, but couldn't find it. Realizing that her special necklace was nowhere to be found, Tiwa asked her stepmother, Morenike, who denied ever taking the necklace. Filled with frustration, she rushed off to the village stream in search of the strange woman. To her relief, the strange woman was there waiting for her. "Someone has stolen my necklace," Tiwa cried as she approached the strange woman, who smiled at her. Tiwa feared that her strange sickness would return and pleaded for the woman to help her. The strange woman urged her to stop crying as she put her hand in her pocket and brought out the necklace. "I am with the necklace," she said to Tiwa, who looked so relieved to see it. At this point, Tiwa's body began to weaken as her sickness gradually returned. "Please, can I have the necklace back? My body is getting weak," she said to the old woman, who told her that she would only be given the necklace if she agreed to do something for her in return. Tiwa, filled with desperation, asked the woman what she wanted, and the strange woman revealed that she wanted her womb in return. She told Tiwa that her health would be restored in full if she sacrificed her womb to her, and Tiwa opened her eyes and mouth in shock. as she never saw this coming. She thought the woman was God sent to her. Little did she know that she was evil. Tiwa, without hesitation, revealed to the evil woman that she was not sacrificing her womb. She told her that she would find another way to be strong, and the evil woman looked at her and laughed as she told Tiwa that she was making a grave mistake. She revealed that Tiwa would never be healthy again in her life without the necklace, and Tiwa, although worried to hear this, had faith that one day she would receive her complete healing. She returned home and indeed fell sick again, but this time the sickness was worse. Tiwa could barely stand or walk and was confined to her bed. Her stepmother Morenike had no compassion for her and starved her of food, saying that if Tiwa chose to lay in bed all day, then she didn't deserve to be given any food. For days Tiwa starved as Morenike kept to her word and never gave her food. Her half-sister Tolu, seeing how weak Tiwa had become, decided to secretly share her food with Tiwa. Tolu had never supported how badly her mother Morenike treated Tiwa and decided to draw her father's attention to it. However, her father seemed so nonchalant about it. Tolu became so worried and decided to seek the advice of her sisters about what they could do to help Tiwa. Her sisters, Iramide and Ajoke, called her stupid for caring about Tiwa. Despite their dismissive attitude, Tolu could not ignore the sufferings of her half-sister Tiwa. One afternoon, while everyone was home, they heard a knock on their door. It was a man who had come to ask for Ajoke's hand in marriage. He saw Ajoke a few days ago when she was returning home with her friends and picked an interest in her. The young man looked so rich and handsome, and Ajoke was over the moon to realize that the handsome man had come to ask for her hand in marriage. The young man spoke to Ajoke's father, declaring his interest in marrying Ajoke, and after hours of discussion, he left their home as everyone jubilated in joy. Just as they were celebrating, Tiwa walked out of her room, weak, as she informed them that Ajoke could not marry such a man. Everyone turned to look at Tiwa, who was barely able to stand on her own. Her stepmother Morenike was so furious that she shouted at Tiwa and asked her who gave her the effrontery to speak on cases like these. Tiwa, with all the strength she could muster, continued as she revealed to them that Ajoke was not the first woman that the young man had approached to marry. She revealed that any woman who agreed to marry the young man would run mad on their wedding day, and this was because the young man was married to a water spirit. Morenike, filled with so much anger, raised her hand to slap Tiwa when they heard a knock on their door. They opened the door and saw an old man who claimed to be a very powerful man from the neighbouring village. He revealed to them that he had been following the young man that just left their home because he knew that the young man was searching for his next victim. He revealed that the young man was possessed by a spirit that goes in search of young women to use for their evil purposes. The old man revealed that over 10 women had run mad because they accepted to marry the young man. Everyone turned and looked at Tiwa as they wondered how she knew about the young man's plans. The old man, after delivering his message, was about to leave their home when he caught sight of Tiwa and said that her time of suffering had come to an end. The powerful man revealed that Tiwa was a very powerful woman who was so unfortunate to be trapped in a curse that was placed on her mother many years ago. He revealed that Tiwa's mother, when she was younger, was a very wicked bully who made the lives of those around her a living hell. One day she bullied a girl who ended up killing herself because of the terrible things she did to her. Little did she know that the girl's mother was a very powerful witch who cursed her lineage with sickness. The curse stated that every firstborn girl in her line would suffer from an unbearable illness. The old man revealed to Tiwa that the strange woman who approached her a while ago was the same witch who cursed her mother. She requested her womb because she knew that Tiwa would one day be free from the curse and tried to cunningly take her womb to end the lineage of her mother. The old man performed a powerful ritual to break the curse. He chanted ancient incantations, and a glowing light enveloped Tiwa, who felt the weight of the curse leaving her body. Finally, the old man declared to her that her curse had been broken, and Tiwa could not help but scream out in joy. From that day forward, Tiwa's health improved rapidly. She regained her strength and was soon stronger and healthier than ever before. The entire village celebrated her recovery, and her mother, father, and sisters apologized to her for all the horrible things they did to her. Tiwa forgave them and began to live a happy and fulfilling life, free from her recurring sickness. Tiwa was so grateful to Tolu for helping her when no one cared. They became the best of friends and lived happily as a family. The lesson to be learned from this story is that we should be careful how we treat others to avoid attracting curses that would affect our unborn children. Always be compassionate towards others and treat them kindly, because you never know what the future holds. Do not make decisions out of desperation to avoid getting yourself into trouble. I hope you enjoyed the story.